Vsauce, Michael here. What are pioneers?
Kip says we have a bio project we have to do.
According to the official Oxford Dictionary, a pioneer is a person who is among the first to explore or settle a new country or area. Trailblazer, bushwhacker, whatever you'd like. But what about non-humans? Mammals are one of the most complex types of animals on Earth. They have evolved from other kinds of animals. But where did the oxygen come from? Where did the food the animals consumed come from? Where did they come from? Plants. Plants have helped create the world around us. Pioneer species such as liverworts and mosses have broken down the Earth's surface into nutrient-rich soil for other plants to grow in.
Yo, so these little dudes belong to the phylum Brophyta, who reproduce only in wet conditions by altering the generations of haploid gamophytes and the diploid sporophytes. Those are some big words, so let's go dumb it down. Alright, so mosses spend most of their time in the gamophyte form, and like humans, they only have two genders. Right, male and female, sperm and egg, whatever, you know. Man's seed swims up to the lady plant and she starts getting all crazy, you know, she starts developing into a sporophyte. When they have finally matured, the parent gamophyte gets kicked off and spreads some of the spores around to either grow some more little boys, you know, or to germinate the ladies. Ooh.
Bryophytes are only a small group of plant life on Earth. They dwell in wet environments since they lack vascular tubes to carry water, and in order to reproduce, standing water must be present. It has to be moist part of the year in order for mosses to survive and reproduce, because if dried out, most bryophytes would stop growing and trying to reproduce in order to retain moisture and energy, similar to hibernation in some animals. However, liverworts need to be moistened all year round and don't have the ability to survive in dry weather. The leaves of mosses are extremely thin, only 1 cell thick, and lack the protective barrier other plants have. For instance, ferns and other plants have an internal water tubing system that are more complex and make it harder for water to enter and exit throughout the leaves. Mosses also don't have roots. You can see for yourself if you pull a moss off a rock. Rhizoids are what hold the bryophytes in place. Unlike real roots, they don't help with water or nutrients.
So what are some brodophytes in the Pemberton area? Now, spore plants in the Tracheophyta phylum. Tracheophyta, coming from the word trachea, commonly called the windpipe, carries oxygen into our bodies, fueling our cells with the necessary molecules of gas. The same concept works for the Tracheophyta plant as well. However, the pipe is a water-carrying tube instead. This vascular system is called a xylem, conducting water and transporting it from the roots to everywhere it's needed in the plant. There is another system too, the phloem, that's responsible for transporting the nutrients and the products of photosynthesis throughout the plant. Tracheophytes are known as the first true terrestrial plants because they don't depend on a wet environment. They grow vascular tissue that make up the veins of the plant also, and a waxy coating on its leaf helps protect and retain water. Think of this as the skin and the veins of ferns.
Tracheophytes have an important history here on Earth. Millions of years ago, the ancestor of today's horsetails, club mosses, and ferns grew high into the sky and made up the tropical forests of what is now North America. However, as Earth climates changed, the other plants took over the forests, and lycophytes and spinophytes evolved to be smaller. The mosses and horsetail we've come to know today are only a fraction of the tracheophytes that used to live on Earth. Ferns adapted better than their lycophyte and spinophyta companions. The vascular tube system of ferns are far more advanced than the other primitive tracheophytes, stronger roots and underground stems called rhizomes. They do best in wet environments and grow up to 1 meter in North America, and can grow to the size of small trees in tropical areas. But enough of that, let's talk about sex, baby.
Ew. Alright, so tracheophytes also have alternate generations, but unlike brodophytes, their sporophyte generation is dominant. They still need standing water for reproduction. Talk about lame, but we'll get there. So haploid spores from the mature sporophyte diploid form on the underside of the fronds and the little sporogenia capsule within the spores cluster. They are then carried by wind or water, where the spores can germinate and develop into gamophytes. The prothallum is a thin heart-shaped structure with rhizoids anchoring it to the ground like roots. Antherdia and Archegongia get busy, making some gametes on the underside of the prothallum. This Antherdia releases their sperm when it's nice and wet and swim into the Argongia. This diploid zygote starts growing, and then there you have it, young ferns here on its way to becoming an adult sporophyte with a vascular tissue and everything. I'm so proud of you, my children. You will grow up to be great and produce more with spores.
Damn, can this hit 50 likes, please? Mosses and ferns like wet, dark environments. Though limited to these ecosystems, they have many uses. Gardeners use moss, peat moss, to lower the pH in their soil, and ferns for decoration. First Nations used to use ground-up moss to treat burns and bruises. Burn moss can put the smoky flavor in Scotch whiskey, and fiddlehead ferns can be eaten as a delicacy. But these darn low-level tracheophytes and their dumb reliant structures. If only there was a way for plants to reproduce without the presence of water.
If only there were a way for plants to reproduce without the presence of water.
As I, seed pimp, ruler of most land plants.
Wow! Seed pimp! Wait, seed pimp, so you can produce without the presence of water? No standing water or anything?
No, fool, I'm in the subphylum Supermopsida. I ain't got no time for no damn water. I got roots, leaves, and stems for all that biz, homie.
Wow, gee whiz! So you carry dissolved nutrients and water from your roots from the soil?
That's right, B. I got strong, sturdy hams to hold my leaves high, get all that sunshine.
Wow.
Bless up, yo. I got everything, brother. Cones, flowering plants. Yo, I even got rare seed ferns. I got these out the black market, yo. They think these babies are long gone, but I know what's right. But I tell you, if y'all telling the authorities, you're going through. Plants, bro. Laddies to satisfy. Angiosperms, the flowery plants, sometimes bearing fruit to protect their children. Yo, these babies ain't rare, but they divide further than monocots and...
Don't go, seed pimp. We need your wisdom.
Talk to you kids later. Don't rat me out. I have men on the outside. Sorry, sugar, but I gotta go produce some gametes and pollinate.
What a cool guy.
Oh man, seed pimp's rad.
Dandelions are a seed plant.
This birch tree is a seed plant.
Garlic produces seeds.
Rhubarb's a seed plant.
This thing, it's got seeds inside.
Hardhack is a seed plant.
Yo, you know what time it is? Michael here. Vsauce4. Without plants, we would have trouble. Good thing this water go put them in a puddle. If they dried out, they'd be no better than rubble. Because we can't reproduce when water's not apparent, gotta let these moss become parents.
Yo, my peers. Hey, it's Kevin here. Let me make this topic clear. Yo, time to teach you about the vascular systems. Evaporation through the leaves will feel a resistance. Helps plants like ferns through their existence. Listen to the facts, yo, don't resist them. No time for drought. You cannot pout. When you got the veins, you can't obtain resistance to the dry spells. Soak up the water and use your roots like a well.
But hey, when they reproduce, water must be flowing. But you already know, yeah, bros, you know it. Like a bro fight, only more complex. You know what I'm saying, right? Oh, yo, although they can grow without water, don't expect the ferns to be making no daughter. Gotta be moisture and sexy time. Yo, listen to my sick rhymes.
Seed plants are great. Water don't affect birth rate. They don't need to lubricate. Yo, the birds and the bees, but mostly the bees, helps reproduction through the flowering trees. Yo, there's seeds within the cones, but that was already pretty well known. Plant them in the garden, make sure that it's sown. Seeds do the deed. Breathe through the air.
Pollinate everywhere, pollinate uncommon, as powerful
as the Russian Stalin. Spread the seed, a vital need. Slurp up H2O, beans named pinto, tomato, potato. Wait, potato? Apparently, yeah, true potato seeds can exist. However, the fruit that grows from them shouldn't be eaten as they can induce headaches, diarrhea, cramps, and in some cases comas or even death. So, as important as communismo, strong boys are vascular, exist in our atmosphere, will become the new avatar. Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, four nations lived together in harmony, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.